Alright, Shalom Akim. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Kodash. Alright, Yahweh is the true name for the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the true name for the Son of the Heavenly Father. Double honors to all apostles of James Green Stone, and salutations to you, Akim, pushing this word with sincerity and in our truth. Alright, you so-called Negroes, Latinas, Native American Indians, West Indians, you are the real Israelites, we are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. Alright, with the Heavenly Father has scattered us into the four corners of the earth, as part of our punishment for our disobedience. Now, this is going to be a quick one, Lord will, it is edifying to go for the left. Now, there's a spirit, of, setting, your house in order, or, brothers, or, whosoever is of the household of truth, to actually, trim their lamb, get ready, because as the apostle dubbed this year or coined it, the year of 2022, the year of turn up, because a lot of things going to turn up, and we have a hopeful mindset that this is the year, that our Lord will turn up, also that our Lord will come back. Alright, so so there's a spirit man of setting your house in order. Yeah, right, and I'm gonna read that precept first, because you really want to. This is a time and for you to examine yourself. The time of seriously putting the scope on you. Putting the scope on you, zooming in on you, and see what are Lord will pray to them, pray more, fast more, and even the Father can remove, like what David said, remove from him secret sins and all of that. So it's and the sacrifices that we offer, we have to make sure that Lord will, speaking for myself, speaking in general, that the sacrifices that we offer to the Most High is of, it's without blemish, clean hands and pure heart, to the best of our ability. So this first precept that I want to read, it says 2 Ezra 14 and 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, reprove thy people, correct them. So from the leaders of camps, reprove, whosoever go off, or with the spirit of meekness, and also because the word reprove means to correct. Correct them, when them slip. Big brothers, and been doing that. But more so, zoom in upon yourself, zoom in upon, the flock. And brothers also have a responsibility. Each one of us have a responsibility to examine ourselves, as the scripture says. Therefore, examine yourself whether they'll be in the truth, man. So it says, set thine house in order, reprove thy people, comfort such of them that be in trouble. So you have brothers that need help. Need help, spiritual help. In the sense that exaltation. Spiritual help. Bring comforting them with the word of the Most High. Comfort them with these words, which is the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Alright? Comfort such as them that be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from the immortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. That's the aim. We supposed to try to lighten those burdens, having not so much anxiety of what the world requires of us, but of what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai requires of us. Alright, next precept quickly that I want to read is 1 Peter 4 and 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. Alright? And if it began at us, if it first began at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel? What shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel? So he said judgment must first begin at the house of the Most High. Now that situation, or what the Most High did to that nigga rap the news. It's even though he's outside of our circle, and I looked at it, that this is the Most High touching camps for going off, touching men for going off. And if you're even within the circle of James and you're actually going off, you have blemish in your sacrifice, you don't deal with brother good, you have these things about you, that needs to be purged. You know what I mean? The best now is the time that you zoom in upon these things, you know what I mean, and pray the Lord Yahweh Shem shall give you the strength, you know what I mean, to take away those things from you, you know. So because judgment is coming, and men, you know, that are in men that are around us are gonna get touched. You know what I mean? Because if you've been dealing wrongfully, man, or you have in the form of, guile or wickedness inside of you. You know what I mean? And you're pretending there's no sincerity. Lord will, man, all of us, you know, are sincere to this thing, because there is a judgment coming, and he's doing house cleaning at his house first. Alright? So for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. Alright? And if it first began at us, what shall the end of them what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? For example, rap the news. I don't know, I've never seen before, in a show him face, but whosoever he is, he blasphemed and denied his son, the only begotten son. And the Heavenly Father jack him up, man. Make him suffer, then he's dead. Zin, and word of mouth, or comment. So yeah, shalom, man. Hope this lesson was a good friend to do. Hopefully, like